We did ghosts a couple weeks ago, but I got 11 more questions for you on more ghosts with my friend Jen Wojnar in North Hollywood, California. This is Trivia with Buds. It be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Got a especially raspy voice today. You can kind of hear a difference if you've been listening to the show this week. My voice has been getting raspier and raspier. I'm very close to sounding like a morning zoo station DJ, and it is due to just kids being sick and stuff. So I have like a scratchy throat and a lot of snot. So if you're in the same boat as me, I feel sorry for you. I feel your pain, and enjoy my beautiful pipes on today's episode and probably tomorrow's and maybe the day after that. And then hopefully I'm back to normal. But it is that season. It is sinus infection season. It is crazy allergy season. It's all that stuff coming up here in the fall, the beautiful fall. So I hope you're having fun listening to the show wherever you're at, despite illness or wellness. And I hope you're ready for some more ghost trivia. I realized we did ghosts a week ago, 10 days ago, something like that. And these are totally different questions. Those were ghost questions I used in a round last year, and I wrote 11 new ones for a round in my live weeks this year. So the questions I asked Jen today should be new for you if you've been listening to the show quite a bit recently. Like my friend Matt B., who is on Instagram. She Takes Me High 31 is his handle, and he sent me a message. Said him and his girlfriend love to listen to the show and play along with the show. So thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate that message, and I'll be sending you some cool swag in the mail. Be on the lookout for some cool stuff from me very soon. Also, shout out to listener Sean Curry in Evanston, Illinois, who's been dominating the last few question of the days. He sends me those answers right away when he listens, and he got, I think, 3 in a row. So I'll be sending him some cool stuff as well. Remember, you can interact with me on the show anytime on all social media. Just find Ryan Buds on just about anything. Send me a DM, send me a tweet, whatever you want to do. And then you can also email ryanbuds@gmail.com. We're going to have fun with today's episode. I just got back from Medieval Times, and our knight did very poorly. We had the Red Knight, and he was a real young, punky kind of knight, and he got his ass kicked. He did not do so well, but we had fun eating there. I've not been there since, I think, Ashley's 22nd birthday, and then before that, since 6th grade. So that was my 3rd trip ever, and I will say that the Disneyland area, it's around Anaheim, Buena Park, California, Medieval Times is much bigger and crazier than the one in Schaumburg, Illinois, that I've been to twice. The actual rink or arena, or whatever you want to call it, was smaller, but the stuff you could walk through in the shops and the bars and things were way bigger. So I know they try and make everything touristy down there because it's by Disneyland, but I just thought I'd share that if you have not been there before. Pretty good time over at Medieval Times in Buena Park, California. Okay, guys, we're going to jump into this episode today. It's me and my friend Jen Wojnar, who's a Patreon subscriber to the show, and she loves Squirrel Girl, and we talk about that. And then we go into some ghost trivia, and she does better than she thinks she will. So enjoy this chat with Jen. She's an old friend, and I think you will enjoy it. All right, here we go. Sitting here with my good friend Jen Wojnar in North Hollywood, California. Jen, how you doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
Jen, we've been friends for, 5 years maybe?
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, we worked in production on a bunch of different TV shows, and most notoriously, we've talked about it on the show before, the NBC 100-year retrospective.
Yep.
Over in Burbank, California, where we had to get in touch with tons and tons of old people, dead people, or close to dead people.
My favorite story is the time, Lord knows how you did it, but you got B.D. Wong's number and just called him up.
Oh, and yeah.
Because it was like a last-minute change, and you were like, oh, we need to get B.D. Wong. And you were like, hi, Mr. Wong. And he was like, what?
He was like, how did you get this number? He was very, like, he gave me the information, and then afterwards was like, wait a minute, who is this? You know, like, he was like, I'm on the set of Independence Day Resurgence, or something like that.
Yeah.
It was wild.
So random, but I'll always remember that. And then who showed up? Somebody showed up at the office? It was a good office.
Rhea Perlman walked in. She was about a foot tall and super friendly. And then there was somebody that lived close to the office, and it was like the wife of a really old, long-deceased game show host. And I had to go to the house and have her sign it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And then the voice of the wardrobe from Beauty and the Beast, whose name I totally just flaked on, showed up with her release.
Yeah.
We faxed it to her, and she's like, I'll just bring this over.
Yeah, she's like, I live behind your building.
So, good times.
That was a crazy, crazy show to work on. And now we are sitting in your apartment, and I said, Jen, I brought you something cool. Do you want to tell people what I brought you?
It's a Squirrel Girl doll. Squirrel Girl is my favorite.
Every time I see anything Squirrel Girl related, I'm like, I know one fan for sure is going to like that.
True. Although I just read the 50th issue of Squirrel Girl just came out.
Okay.
And it's ending. That run.
Okay.
So I'm hoping.
And this was the original first ever run of a Squirrel Girl?
I think it might be the second or third, just because the original one, she was Jessica Jones and Luke Cage's babysitter.
Oh, that's right.
And
okay.
she was in like West Coast Avengers and all these things. But like her Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, the 50th one just came out, and it's the final one for the moment. And so I'm looking forward to it starting again.
And I know nothing about Squirrel Girl, who is a Marvel superhero. What does she have? Like a power, like a Peter Parker bit by a squirrel type situation?
No, she was born this way.
She was born this way. Lady Gaga would approve.
Yep. The catchphrase is all the powers of a girl and all the powers of a squirrel.
Okay, very good.
So yeah, she was born that way. Does
she talk to squirrels?
Yeah.
Okay, love it.
That's her friend Tippy Toe.
Do you think somebody, when they created it, they literally just picked the two rhyming words and were like, so what if we had a Squirrel Girl? And then they just kind of created everything?
I have no doubt that's what it is. Squirrel Girl became a running joke with like some of my friends and I years ago.
Yeah.
There was a list on BuzzFeed. It was like 100 Avengers you've never heard of or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, we should option Squirrel Girl because what the hell is that? And then like literally like a year and a half later, like Marvel did their collector core box and she was a Funko and I was like, oh, I need that.
Oh yeah, and I've seen you dress up like her.
Yep, I've dressed up like her.
And they're doing what is it? Maybe a Hulu series or a Disney Plus series of some kind or
There's
something?
a Disney cartoon called Marvel Rising, which is where the doll is from.
Oh, that's it.
That's a cartoon and that's her, and it's like a bunch of younger ones. It's got Kamala Khan and Quake and Ms. Marvel, and she's best friends with Ms. Marvel, and it's really cute.
Love it. Where can you watch that? Is that Disney?
It's Disney XD, I think.
Oh, okay.
So, it's also on the Marvel HQ YouTube.
Awesome. I will have to introduce Annabelle to that because she'll probably get a real kick out of it.
They have the whole comic series too. What is she? 5?
She'll be 5 next month.
Oh yeah. So it's
perfect.
Probably a little bit like. She wouldn't be able to read it on her own per se, but like if you read it to her, there's a whole comic series. She'd really like it.
There you go. I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
I'll say Aunt Jen recommended.
She would love it.
All right.
Highly recommend.
Today we're gonna do 11 questions from ghost-related trivia. So these are all ghostly things. I asked you how you feel about apparitions. You said you're like 50-50.
Yeah.
You think? Yeah.
Probably.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I grew up in a haunted house.
Ooh, so yes.
I absolutely do.
Very cool. And this was from a round I used for Halloween last week, so we'll see how many you can get out of 11. Do you have a guess on how many you might be able to nail down?
5.
5 out of 11. There you go.
I'm going with the 50-50.
There you go. Question number 1. What is the name of Jack Skellington's pet ghost dog in The Nightmare Before Christmas?
I know this one. It's 0.
0 is correct. Nice job. Have you seen that movie a ton of times?
I've seen it once or twice a long time ago, but I am familiar with Haunted Mansion.
When the movie came out on VHS, my friend PJ Rowie brought it to my birthday party, and my mom was very skeptical. Like, I don't know if you're allowed to watch this because it is pretty macabre for like a 10-year-old, especially back then, you know. Yeah. So she was not on board, but I eventually got her to let me watch it. So here's question number 2. How is the prominent ghost in Hamlet related to the main character?
Oh, it's his father.
It is his father. Nice job. They're both referred to as Hamlet, but the ghost is King Hamlet.
Yep.
And I think he's Prince Hamlet, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. You're an AP English person?
AP English person. I had to read it in AP English. I had to read it in Intro to Theater. I had to read it in my academic writing class, and I had to read it for something else in college. By the 4th time, I was like, you know what? I've read this.
And I should tell listeners you're reading it right now.
Of course, yes. I'm reading it right now.
You have a giant book by the Bard out that I forgot to mention. Here's number 3. Squidward, the Unfriendly Ghost, is an episode title of what TV show?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants, which, speaking of introducing things to my daughter and son, we watched our first episode ever yesterday.
Nice.
And we watched 2 in a row, and she's like, SpongeBob's crazy. That was her review of the show. Because she was laughing hardest. And I've never really watched it because it came out when I was about almost in high school. I think I was in 8th grade. So I was kind of like Nick-tuned out. And the faces he makes that I've seen so many memes of, I didn't realize how many times they do that on an episode. And we were both cracking up, and they laughed hardest at his insane faces.
That's amazing. There's a squirrel on that show, Sandy Cheeks.
Yes, that's right. Is that his girlfriend or somebody else's girlfriend?
I don't know. I think he wants her to be his girlfriend.
That's it.
Same thing. I was too old to watch SpongeBob
Yeah.
and too young to be like, retro stuff is cool.
Yeah, and now we're all right in the realm
Yep.
of everything's cool now. Here's question 4. You're 3 for 3. I think you might get all
That's
these.
not
We'll
good.
find out. Number 4, what female character donning red was introduced as a companion for Casper in 1954?
Wendy.
It was Wendy, the Good Little Witch is the full
Nice.
title, but Wendy was definitely what I was looking for at the live trivia nights. I think there was a 90s live action movie called Wendy and Casper or something.
Yes, it was like a sequel to Casper with Christina Ricci.
Yes, and I want to say that Wendy was played by the littlest blonde sibling on Seventh Heaven, maybe?
Oh, maybe.
If I'm not mistaken. That's what I have like in my head, but it might be wrong.
Interesting.
Here's number 5. You're 4 for 4. What is the last name of the demonologist couple who investigate strange happenings in the Conjuring series? Have you seen those? The Conjuring
No.
and Annabelle and stuff?
I have not. I don't like scary things.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't like scary things so much that the Nun trailer made me jump so hard I hit the person next to me. So,
Very good. Jumpy nuns.
No idea.
This is, they're the Warren family,
Oh,
or
okay.
the couple's last name is Warren. And so they're not the family being haunted, but they're investigating the family who's being haunted.
Gotcha.
And other
that's
things.
like The Conjuring and Annabelle. They're all
And Annabelle
born-
and the nun, right? I think the nun is part.
Oh, is that
or
all
it?
connected?
Is that connected? I don't know. There's
Oh,
like
yeah.
3 things: Conjuring, Annabelle, and something else.
Interesting.
Here's number 6 for ghosts. The Gray Lady is the ghost of which Hogwarts house? Is it Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, or Slytherin? The Gray Lady is the ghost of which Hogwarts house? Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, or Slytherin?
It's
It's one of those 3.
oh my god, I knew this. It's either Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff, but
I'll tell you that you're right about that.
okay. I feel like it's Ravenclaw because her name is actually that's her last name.
That is 100% correct. Great job. Ravenclaw is the house that gets haunted by the Gray Lady. I know a lot about Harry Potter and Hogwarts and things, but I wouldn't know that question. Like, I don't know a lot actually about each house, to tell you the truth.
This one I forgot that her name is the Grey Lady because her name is like Rowena Ravenclaw, and like
That's
that's
right.
the whole thing with the it's a crown, but like
There you go.
I was like, I don't know.
You have gotten 5 out of 6 questions so
Nice.
far. Only missed one. Here's number 7. What musician had the song Ghost Riders in the Sky in 1979? Ghost Riders in the Sky. And Ghost is in parentheses at the beginning, so it's called Riders in the Sky. But they say Ghost Riders in the Sky. Any guesses on that one? 1979.
Is it like David Bowie, Rob Zombie, something in that realm?
It is a solo male. So that's your hint. Number 7. Ghost Riders in the Sky, 1979. Any guesses?
I'm gonna say something ridiculous like Kenny Loggins or something ridiculous like that.
Johnny Cash.
Oh.
So it's a Johnny Cash song. It's a pretty good song.
1979. Huh.
Yeah, you'd know it if you heard it. It's very kind of like old Western haunting kind of a song.
Okay.
Number 8, Teresa Caputo is a blonde psychic known by what more popular name?
Long Island Medium.
It is the Long Island Medium. Have you ever seen that show? I feel like you've worked on that show.
Not that one. But I know weirdly how a lot of TV psychics like work. Like, what was the guy who used to like
John
Edwards. He
John
would, like,
Edwards, yeah.
have everybody in these big rooms and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like they would send out production assistants to be like people in the crowd and be like, "Who do you hope?" to
I
talk
remember
to?"
seeing that, yeah. My mom doesn't believe in preschool. Like none of us went to preschool because
Okay.
she would say things like, "Oh, that's just where working moms go, like busy moms go to drop off their kids." Like that's like what and whatever article she read in the 70s,
Oh,
like
right.
that stuck with her, you know. So none of us went to preschool. But then she'll be like, "I was watching Ghost Hunters the other day," and I'm like, "So you don't believe in preschool, but you love Ghost Hunters?" I'm like, "You know that's not real." And she go, "Oh no, that's totally real." She'll tell me like the pawn shows are real, and I'm like, "Mom, I was on one of the pawn shows. They're not selling real items." She's like,
Nope.
"Well, the one you were on is not real." She's like, "All the other ones are." I'm like, "Okay, great."
Yeah, when I was in Denver, I had a non-TV roommate, which is probably my first non-TV roommate literally ever.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what we were watching, and I was like, "Well, that's not real." And I like blew her mind with
Oh, yeah.
the
Yeah. Non-workers in the industry really are like, "Wait a minute, they're not really
Yeah.
buying these houses on these house hunting shows?"
Oh, that's so funny. And
Yeah.
that's like because they've already bought the house.
Exactly. All right,
So
we got
funny.
3 more questions. Here's number 9. What CBS show ran from 2005 to 2010 and starred Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Oh.
Number 9, CBS show 2005 to 10, and Jennifer Love Hewitt was the star. They remake the concept of this show. There's one out right now, and I'm like,
Right.
that was that show, and it's already bad.
It's I
Yep.
want to say Ghost Writer, but I know that's not what it is.
That was a great PBS show.
Which is now on Apple Plus.
Yes.
Apple TV.
There you go.
It's Ghost Ghost Whisperer.
Yes, Ghost Whisperer is correct. Jennifer Love Hewitt. She disappeared from TV after Party of Favre. That's a Brett Favre show. That's his reality show. Oh my God, that should be a show. Party of Favre.
That would be amazing.
Oh, with ghosts, of course.
Yes, of course.
We'll add some ghosts in. Here's number 10. What character from the late 80s claims to be the ghost with the most?
Beetlejuice?
It is. I don't really consider Beetlejuice to be a ghost, but he calls himself that in the movie. Do you think he's a ghost?
I mean, he's a poltergeist, right?
And he shows up out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and he can do magical things.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess he is a ghost. So yeah, the ghost with the most. I saw a really cool piece of artwork from the Beetlejuice cartoon. Do you remember that? From the early 90s, 92-ish?
I remember Lydia is her name?
Yes.
Lydia had like the spider dress.
Yes, and they had cool, I think, McDonald's toys.
Nice.
So there you go. All right, last question. Number 11. For 2 points, Colma, Colma, is a city in the U.S. known for having the most cemeteries and has over 1.5 million burial sites. What state is it in? Colma. Colma. Any guesses?
The most burial sites.
Mm-hmm. So the most bodies buried in
Yeah.
the city. Only 2,000 people live in the city, and almost 2 million are buried in it.
I feel like it's got to be like one of the East Coast 13 colonies, only because, like that's like Civil War
battlegrounds,
numbers.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Pennsylvania.
It's actually California. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Yeah, it's in the Bay Area, right outside San Francisco, Colma, California, population 2,000. The sign says, we're just glad to be alive, or something like that when you walk in. And there's like 2 million people buried there, and it was formed as a necropolis, which I don't even know what that is, but I guess it's like where they decide to have a lot of bodies buried
Well, yeah,
in 1926.
Because necropolis is spelled like necromancer?
Yeah,
or
like
something?
Necromicon and all that stuff, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there you go. Colma, California, dead capital of the U.S.
California is weird, but that might be the weirdest thing.
There you go. I think you only missed 3, so you got 9 out of 12 points
Not
possible.
bad.
Well done.
All right.
How you feeling? Pretty good?
I feel pretty good. I was like, I could have gotten none of those.
There you go. Well, Jen, thanks so much for being on the show. Thanks for having me by.
Thanks for the Squirrel Girl.
Yes, enjoy your Squirrel Girl doll.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I can't wait to have you on the show again.
Yeah, it'll be great.
There it was, a fun chat with Jen Wojnar. Jen, thanks for inviting me into your house to have some fun on the podcast. And thanks for supporting me all these years. What a good time pal you are, Jen Wojnar. Today's question of the day brought to you by Funky Monkey Designs of San Dimas, California. What company makes Oreos? Tweet me your answer at RyanBuds or email ryanbuds@gmail.com to be eligible for a prize. Yesterday's question of the day answer was Larry David. And like I mentioned in the intro, Sean Curry was yesterday's question of the day answer winner. Be on the lookout for something cool in the mail, Sean. Your trivia team name of today is Rest in Reese's Pieces. Rest in Reese's Pieces. Still going with that macabre theme for the month. And something very cool around the corner in the first 6 months or so of 2020, something I have in the works regarding team names. So that's my little teaser for you. Thank you guys so much for listening to the show. Check out our sponsor, Funky Monkey Designs in San Dimas, California, or go to their website, fmdesignsinc.com, for all your printing needs. And thanks for telling a friend about the show. Thanks for leaving iTunes reviews. Thanks for sending me messages on what you like and don't like about the show. I love you. I love you. I love you. If you want to support the show monetarily, go to patreon.com/trivia with buds and join the 55 other patrons who help make this show bigger and better every single day. And we'll see you tomorrow for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.